Hello there, elementaries. My name is Ken Carroll.
And I'm Jenny.
And we are Chinese Pod.
Yes, bringing you a slice of language and life from China.
That's kind of good. A slice of life. Interesting. Well, this is, of course, an elementary lesson, and I think we're shopping here.
Oh, yes. Or you're not really shopping, but people are trying to sell you stuff.
That's right. Or, you could be. I mean, I don't do a lot of shopping, but one of the phenomenon that I tend to notice is, depending where you go, if you go to the touristic places, you get these really helpful people. Yeah.
Really persistent vendors.
Yes, incredibly helpful. Way too helpful.
Yes. And they are most likely to try to sell you bags or watches.
Now, this is really interesting because once again, I mean, this stuff is culturally very interesting. It's just done differently. You're, I don't know, a department store or something in the West. People, the salespeople generally don't come on pushy to you because it's regarded as you'll lose the sale, actually, a pushy sale. But here, it's like, no, they're full on, they're in your face, they're going to help you to make that purchase.
Yes, and sometimes on the streets, those people are not actually vendors.
Yeah.
They're contract workers who are sent to fish for customers bring them back to the store.
That's right. Contract workers, that sounds interesting.
Outsourcing.
Yeah, outsourcing. They're out on the street trying to pull defenseless tourists in to have a look at their wares. It's all very harmless, by the way. I want to make this point clear. That's what we're talking about. You see this in the big tourist cities for sure, a lot of it, where they'll try to persuade you, come on in and have a look. But I've never had bad experiences with it. They're actually very, very harmless.
Yes.
Persuasive, maybe, like, oh, come on, see it. So don't be paranoid, I guess that's my thing.
Yes, and today we give you a lesson teaching you how to say no.
Exactly.
Effectively and politely to them.
That's right. All right. So let's listen to this little drama going on the street. We'll listen to it 3 times and then we'll do what we usually do.
好。对话第一遍。
哎，小姐，要不要手表和包？
不要。
看一下吧，又好又便宜。
不要。
只要1分钟，不买没关系。
哎，真的不要。
第二遍。
哎，小姐，要不要手表和包？
不要。
看一下吧，又好又便宜。
不要。
只要1分钟，不买没关系。
哎，真的不要。
第三遍。
哎，小姐，要不要手表和包？
不要。
看一下吧，又好又便宜。
不要。
只要1分钟，不买没关系。
哎，真的不要。
Okay, let's translate it, shall we?
小姐，要不要手表和包？
Miss, do you want a watch or a bag?
小姐，要不要手表和包？
Miss, do you want to buy a watch and a bag?
小姐，要不要手表和包？不要。
No.
不要。
No.
不要。看一下吧，又好又便宜。
I'll take a look. It's nice and it's cheap.
看一下吧，又好又便宜。
Take a look. It's good stuff and it's cheap.
看一下吧，又好又便宜。不要。
No.
不要。
Nope.
不要。只要1分钟，不买没关系。
It'll only take a minute. If you don't want to buy, that's fine.
只要1分钟，不买没关系。
It'll only take a second. If you don't want to buy it, there's no problem.
只要1分钟，不买没关系。真的不要。
No, I really don't want it.
真的不要。
No, I don't want it.
真的不要。
There you go. That's how you do it.
Yes. And it's almost survivor Chinese.
Yeah, you've got to do it.
对。
There is a really interesting issue here, I think, which is the question in Chinese again when you say thank you and all that. I mean, I've seen the tourists here being followed by these people and they go, oh, no, thank you.
谢谢
No, no,
不要
no,
谢谢
no.
不
No,
要
thank you. Or even in English, no, thank you, thank you. No, 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 thank you. 谢谢, no, no, no. You don't need to keep saying 谢谢 to these
Yeah.
people. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm not saying you don't need to be polite to to these people. I'm saying that's culturally
that's
the way you interact.
our native vernacular almost.
Absolutely.
In English, no and thanks always go together.
We use it a
almost.
lot more.
对吧？
Even in a convenience store, right? People don't, when you buy something in a convenience store here,
Go to the counter.
they don't usually say thanks, you know. But anyway, so I think foreigners we overuse it, and I don't think there's anything wrong per se, but it's not the way it's done usually. So certainly when you're being pestered on the street, you need to be firm but polite, and this is the way you do
Yes.
it. All right. So let's take it from the top. Let's look at it in a little bit more detail.
小姐，要不要手表和包？
Now, what were the two items she's trying to sell?
手表和包
Now, what are they?
watches and bags.
Watches and bags. 手表.
手表
The tones on that are
two third tones.
two-third tones.
手表
Hand, 表 meaning to sort of
表 means a meter.
a meter.
Yeah.
A hand meter. There you go. 手表.
手表
That's good. Or a bag.
包
包. Now, we use the word 和 here as meaning
and
and. Does it mean, is the vendor saying, do you want a watch and a bag, or how do we understand this?
Exactly.
It is.
they try to sell you as many items as possible.
And that's really funny. I mean, that would be the equivalent. Excuse me, sir. Would you like to buy a watch and a bag? It's like, it sounds funny in English once again.
手表和
But these,
包
exactly, but these are professionals, you know?
Yeah.
They're going for the whole thing. Because, you know, you might, if you just said a bag or a watch, somebody might say, I'll take the watch. And he's like, "Wow, should have asked me if you wanted a bag as well. Anyway.
Yeah, and this could happen to anyone, not only the female gender.
Indeed.
They try to sell to kids and
Exactly.
men.
These guys do. That's how they make their living. You know?
对。
Let's hear that sentence again.
小姐，要不要手表和包？
There you go. Now, presumably, again, you're on a busy street or out near a market or something like that. Now, here's how you reply.
不要，不要。
That is perfectly okay.
Yes.
Right? 不要 is perfectly okay. It's not rude.
Nope.
It's firm, but it's not rude.
You just tell them, I don't want it.
Yes.
不要。
不要. Now, of course, your pal, your new
Contract
pal,
work.
your contract worker
Salesman.
indeed will be persistent.
看一下吧，又好又便宜。
Now, this is great stuff. 看一下吧.
Take a look.
Take a look.
And he adds 吧, which suggests encouragement.
Yeah.
看一下吧.
Go ahead, just take a
look.
look. Yeah, it's friendly. It's softens it. Yeah, 看一下吧.
看一下吧，又好又便宜。
Yeah, it's almost the bad thing. Almost suggests, just go ahead, and
Yeah.
there's some benefit in it for you. Yeah, you'll appreciate it in the end. You'll be happy. You'll thank me.
Because those items are 又好又便宜。
Exactly. Now this is super stuff.
Yeah.
This is just such an excellent phrase, and I think this bespeaks the entire, genre of this type of salesmanship. Let's look at it again.
又好又便宜。
So it's good and it's cheap.
对，又 and 又。
Yeah. Yo and yo. And now, could you give us another example of using yo and yo? It means this and that. It's good and also it's. What else could you say?
Ken
Yeah.
又聪明又帅。
Whoa, 谢谢. You know, I totally
Intelligent
agree.
and good looking.
Whoa. Why do I so agree with that? Repeat that for me, please.
Ken 又聪明又帅。
There you go. See, we always get to the bottom of things here, right? Now, so it's good and it's cheap. Now, again, the reply, you need to be firm. You just need to say,
不要，
不要,
不要。
不要. I'm not interested.
对
What happens if you engage them in conversation at this stage?
，they
They'll
would
persist.
yeah come up with 10,000 more reasons why you should go with them.
So the 不要 is a firm indication of I don't want it and I'm not going to engage in some big conversation.
Yes.
To be honest, one way also is just to ignore it. We considered
Keep
for this.
walking, yeah.
Just walking away. We considered in this lesson, John's actually suggested the possibility.
Monologue.
A monologue. So one person is saying something, the other one just says nothing. But maybe that's a little harsh. But anyway, 不要 indicates it clearly. Now, there's some really interesting lexis in the next part. Let's take a look at it.
只要1分钟，不买没关系。
Now, all you need is 1 minute.
Give me 1 minute,
Yeah.
and I'll deliver the benefits to you.
只要 all you need is a minute.
只要
只要 that's all you
1
need.
分钟，
Yeah, just 1 minute. I can assure you.
而且不买没关系。
The question I would have, Jenny, is what could you possibly do in 60 seconds in a store?
Well, you see, that's the Chinese time framework.
Yeah.
When you're in a restaurant, your food has not arrived.
Yeah.
How long would that take? The waiter always says, 5分钟, 5分钟, but you know you're timed up by 10 at least.
Yeah. I always put a bright sort of face on things. There you go. All you need is 1 minute. And if you don't buy, it's no problem.
不买没关系，不买没关系。
没关系, it doesn't matter. Now, to be honest, again, once I said, we mentioned that they're not aggressive, these people, in that sense. They're not going to push you, and I've rarely come across anyone feeling threatened.
You.
No, they won't. But they will continue to be sort of...
To sweet talk.
Indeed. I like, go in for a minute. You don't have to buy if you don't want. Of course, once you get in, you'll get more people telling you it's 又好又便宜, right?
Yes.
Anyway, now here's how you end it, though.
真的不要，真的不要。
真的 as in, for sure, this is real.
You're very resolved.
真的不要.
I really don't want it.
Huh.
And this is, like we said in the beginning, effective and polite.
And polite. It's perfectly polite. So once again, if you're in tourist area, you don't have to be like, oh, no, thank you. No, thank you. Particularly as I find, because these vendors, they sort of grab you. Yeah, they grab you. You'd be walking around and say like, oh, mister. Wow. Mister, come here. I've had people say, come here. I'm like,
touch
what?
you, body contact.
They will touch you too. Yeah.
Just don't be prepared and don't take it as an offense.
Don't take a tap on the shoulder as an aggressive act, as it would be in many countries in the West, but it is absolutely not. The one thing about these hawkers is they're actually really, really sweet in a way. They honestly are.
And they're making a living.
They're honestly making a living.
Yeah. And you have an interesting story. Why don't we listen to that after the dialogue?
Indeed.
对话第一遍。
哎，小姐，要不要手表和包？
不要，
看一下吧，又好又便宜。
不要，
只要1分钟，不买没关系。
哎，真的不要。
第二遍。
哎，小姐，要不要手表和包？
不要，
看一下吧，又好又便宜。
不要，
只要1分钟，不买没关系。
哎，真的不要。
第三遍。
哎，小姐，要不要手表和包？
不要，
看一下吧，又好又便宜。
不要，
只要1分钟，不买没关系。
哎，真的不要。
Yeah, my little story about, they can be very creative. Because sometimes I'll take the subway in the mornings right near where I live. And there's a market nearby.
Yeah.
Right? And I'll be going into the subway and in English, they'll go, Mister, yes. Mister. Yeah, what? Mister, what? Market. I say, no. Subway. Oh, no, subway closed. Subway closed. These are guys from the countryside, right? They don't speak much English and they're working hard. And then I just laugh and smile at them and I just say, no, subway. And
so their rationale is the subway's closed. So why don't you come to the market and pick out a few things?
Why don't I just call in and say, hey, guys, the subway's closed. I'm going shopping. Yeah? And then, again, what works for me. That just works for me. But when I'm going, then they also, okay, bye-bye. Like, okay. So, again, although these people can be persistent, I've always found them to be quite sweet and harmless. So there you go. All you have to say is 不要.
Yeah, that's a slice of life in China.
Slice of life. It's an insight, hopefully, that will help you to frame the language that you're learning. I think, I've always regarded our learners as very purposeful in that sense. There's a purpose to your learning. And we try to emphasize that purpose. So here's how you get stuff done in China. There's a scenario at the market. Here's how to be polite. Here's what you say. And but also, having said that, one last thing, if you do want to practice your Chinese, these people are perfect for practicing because they'll talk to you all day. That's perhaps another lesson.
好
Go to ChinesePod.com when you get time or make time and explore the language, make the connections. We will be making more connections tomorrow, I believe, with another lesson.
我们明天见。
明天见.
If the Beijing Olympics had a category for awesome, we'd place at least in the top 5. Mandarin, your terms. Chinese Pod.